apart within Yala. But what we see is people who are being confronted. They have not been in the trenches. Though they will say that also within Azimio, they did the work and people shortchanged Raila Odinga. Nyikal.
Okay, let me ask. What you should be asking is not the future of ODM. You should be asking what is the future of democracy.
No. Let's not be abstract to democracy.
No. Let me tell you. Debal.
No, I don't want to be abstract to democracy.
Debal.
Because now,
I'm coming to answer you. But let me give you the background. If we do not have an ideological foundation, we fall back on just one thing: ethnicity. So when you say what is the future of ODM, what you are really implying is that other groups are running away. Now, then Honorable Farah asked, it started on a very fundamental issue, that in leadership, you must be ready to make sacrifices. Yes. Sacrifices is not when you win. Sacrifice comes when you lose. Yes. That is when now you know why you sacrificing for an idea. But if you lose, and now there are no goodies to be spread, then you leave. You are not ideologically. And I've said this in this forum before. We must find a way where our politics is based on ideology. Just like you go to the developed countries. No, please, if you give me time.
Until the one who just said that this is all about interest.
I kept quiet.
Okay. Like I have been.
I kept quiet. Now, when my time has come.
No, I'm just trying to remind you what you said earlier, so that I don't seem like a double speak.
Now, when you look at, I've said it before, when you look at, say, in the US, the Republicans and the Conservatives, really, this you see there's what they stand for. The Conservatives stand for, and I mean the US is the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats stand for social welfare, taxes that are spread. The Republicans believe that you work hard, get your things, reduce taxes on government, now, you go to Britain, for example. This is where all these things came from. And you find that the Conservatives are exactly like the Republicans. And the Labour people are exactly like the Democrats. Now, we don't have that here. Because you are talking of sharing resources of all the people. We then come to sharing resources within ethnic groups. So that when I'm in a position, I'm seeing as, let me put it, eating for my group, because I'm not sure they get it there. So that when now Odinga didn't get into power, then the little that is there, people are scrambling for. Sure, people like Jeremiah Kioni sacrificed. Sabina Chege sacrificed. Sacrificed. Even if you go, even some of the governors. But that sacrifice is really what comes when you want to actually unite a country. Some people will suffer. It's not, whatever little was there, I think Sabina at least was nominated, Kanini got Yala. If I would, and what comes, Jeremiah Kioni deserves. But when you are not in power, you have much less to distribute. And
therefore people move.
But
the other thing is,
was nominated by Jubilee itself, not Azimio.
You can't split Jubilee from Azimio. So now, when at this point, now there's the issue of blaming the victim. Farah said, "What is Raila fighting for?" With all due respect, you haven't known Raila. I'm really surprised.
I've known him all my life.
No, and
much longer than you ever will be.
If you can be close to somebody, you can be close to somebody, but you don't know him, because if you say what he was fighting for, presidency, Raila has always been fighting for actually good governance and change. It is in history. Even when we started at multipartyism, he was there. When we came to the devolution, he was there. When we came into the crisis in 2007, he actually came down and agreed, and we had peace. When we came to 2017, he came for the handshake and we had peace. We must give a person due. And I have been with him when he has asked, the handshake came, some of us asked, will this give you the presidency? And he said, I'm saying, he may be watching me, said, do you think we are only this to be a president? If Kenya is run well, we have no corruption, governance is working well, we have no ethnicity, and Kenyans are getting their services. Do I have to be president? Whenever he told me that, I can tell you where. He told us that, he can tell you where.
And why does he make
so now, if those have come, really, some people make contributions, and it is not the presidency that's the ultimate. Gandhi was never the president of
Prime Minister.
There was never the Prime Minister of India. But he still remembered for the contributions. So again, if our target is you must then get the ultimate post, and if you don't get that, you must do anything. The details of the elections and so on, the parties, I don't have the details he has, so I don't want to go into that. But again, blaming the victim. Now, if we say that he was there when these people in the state, the so-called the state, and you said these are Amiraji, who are being appointed, and he didn't do anything, the implication that what he should have done was to ensure that these people are appointed, the people who will ensure that he gets to the presidency. Is that how we have to use the state apparatus?
No, first of Kenya.
But isn't that how the
system
the state apparatus is being used?
Against him.
Maybe that's the question we should ask ourselves.
Yeah, but if the
let him finish.
The way things are being used, if they are wrong, cannot justify whether that is what they should be used for. There must be people who come and say, no, we are doing this thing, but it is not how we should do it.
All right.
So
let me come
to Wetangula issue, because this, again, I'm talking today freely and openly here. Yes. I was in his office when this matter was going on in the Senate. Yes. And I remember calling one of the people there and said, I don't think we should go that direction. It was actually lunchtime. I don't think we should go that direction. Wetangula should be there. I mean, after that, actually, we left, and I knew he wasn't happy with it. But it went there. But the assumption now is that he actually sanctioned it. I know. And when we talk about the issue...
Why wouldn't he have made the same call that you did?
Like?
The way you did, made.
If you call,
I said he's the one who made a call.
He's the one who made a call.
You are making him to look very powerless and very not control of his
when it's
party.
Convenient,
No, but you see, if you're a Democrat and the democratic process is going on, you want to make a phone call to change the democratic process?
Guided democracy.
Okay. I'm finishing. We are coming to the issues that were raised about the issue of Kalonzo. There's another thing that we must realize in politics, and even before I've noticed, the desire to have very early in a coalition identify your lead person in the future is very dangerous, because it is often used to actually, that guy gets marked and is actually acted upon, everything goes wrong with him. 2002, I wasn't in politics, but something happened, I don't know how it happened, but actually I look back. The opposition was strong. We were going to election, and I think until around October, we did not know who the leader is. Until I think in one of the hotels, the people surrounded the place where there was a meeting and said, today tell us the leader. So lastly, it became Kibaki Tosha. One of my views is that had Kibaki been identified, say, 1 year earlier, I have a very strong feeling he would never become the president. So again, when you put the presidency as the thing that is uniting an opposition, that opposition loses direction. My view is, it may be naive, what we should do now as a MEO is consolidate ourselves, check the government, make ourselves ready, that if this government doesn't do well, then we are ready to replace it. You cannot replace it by joining it.
You can.
All right.
You cannot replace it by joining it.
Thank you, Dr. Nyikal.
So that is my position, and I think
let me hear from
Allow me
Wanjiko.
to have a word at least in this debate.